Kuthula akube nani. On Siyavusana podcast this week, we visited Utongat where they are having autism awareness. With me, I've got a gentleman who's involved in this upbringing of the young people with this challenge. I don't want to call it disability, it's just that they do things differently. Hello, sir, and welcome.
Good day. Thank you very much.
Yeah, can you give us your name, please, and your
Okay.
involvement in this autism?
Sure. I am Mr. V. Govinsamy. I am the acting principal of Stanger Training Center, which is a school for children with intellectual disabilities and differently abled children,
Oh, I see.
including autistic children.
I see. A layman, someone look at the child and they label them, maybe the way they appear or maybe the way they think. What can you say to the public out there to treat these young people as normal as possible? What is the challenge that you are experiencing?
See, we are a country that prides diversity. We call ourselves a rainbow nation.
Right.
Okay, so diversity is something that we pride ourselves in. And the diversity is not in terms of our race and language only. It is of people of this country. And every citizen of this country is ought to be diverse. And part of the diversity is the children who are differently abled and autistic as well. So we need to embrace that diversity. We need to see how we can support those that need the support. And with the children that are autistic, we find that the younger children get more support than the adults who are autistic.
I see.
So something needs to be done about that.
Okay. So parents, what role, not only because it's my child, saying the people around me, how can they assist in upbringing these people with a different way of doing things?
See, we have programs like this, which is called an awareness campaign. So parents need to become more aware of what is happening around them and more aware of how to address and deal with children who are autistic. Children who are autistic process stimuli the environment differently from us. And that is a very important factor. We're looking at role players in this, like the police, for example. They need to know how to deal with a child that is autistic or the person, even an adult that is autistic. Because when you give them an instruction, they may not respond the way you want to. And in the recent past, we had incidents where an adult didn't respond to a police instruction and he was shot. And then later on found that he was autistic.
I see.
Okay? So this awareness needs to start off from parents. Parents need to become aware, make their children aware, and then community awareness and grow from there.
So behavioral pattern, one can be an adult, but the way it does things might be the indication. So the whole people, especially in the public sector, like you're mentioning the police, need to understand that a normal person cannot do this before they respond.
Yes, when you say they are differently abled, it means that they are different from how we react. Okay, if we hear a loud sound of a siren or something, we would think, okay, there's an emergency going on. But they would respond differently. They may get into a meltdown, you know?
Okay.
And so we need to understand that.
Why they're left behind instead of running away.
Yes.
Or others seem like they're enjoying the sound.
Yes. Yeah.
No, the government, do we have enough schools to take care of this kind of?
I think we have enough schools because the schools cater for children with autism from a young age. What we lack is support for children with disabilities and autism, especially after schooling.
After school.
Yeah, so when the children leave school at 19, 18, 19 years old, there is nothing much for them out there in the community. Yes, yeah. So they end up being at home and becoming, as parents, I think sometimes a burden to them. Yeah? And yet, being differently able, they are capable of doing far more than we give them credit for.
So they might even end up on the street because they are bored.
Exactly, yeah, and becoming delinquents as well. We need to take care of them. So things like sheltered workshops for them is something that we can look at. And Department of Social Development, schools, government organizations, NGOs, all need to come together to see how we can help.
Because usually they are good with their hands. I've had a lack of managing one of the colleges where we had a group of disabled people, but when you give them what to do other than to read, they used to excel there.
Absolutely. In the school that I manage at the moment, we offer 9 different skills from age 14 going up to 19 years old. and we see them excelling in those. They love skills, and they are being taught not life skills only, but skills like carpentry, welding, agriculture, which is important for food security, looking at cooking meals, how to cook meals, how to sew, etc. So they learn and they do well. And they can become meaningful citizens once they leave school through this training.
You are saying to a person who's been involved, I know, when I go to alignment centers, because with mechanics, with electricians,
Yes.
I'll hear someone shouting, hey, sir, I'll do your car.
Yeah.
And I used to get very excited. So I think I will have to visit your school.
Most welcome.
At least I can add value and also be able to spread the word out there to say how to look after them, how to treat them. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Umthula Mubenani. Today we are observing autism. With me, I've got a parent who is also involved in this dilemma that we find ourselves. This thing used to happen in the past, but it wasn't as much as it is today. Ma'am, how are you?
Well, thank you. And how are you?
I can't complain. Now I'm comfortable because we are here to help us understand what is autism.
Okay. Firstly, I am Sandy Mia. I am the founder of Amazing Autistic Avengers. We are an autism organization. The reason why I opened up this organization and founded this organization is because I have a daughter that is now 12 years old. She was diagnosed with autism, and we never had enough information on autism when she was diagnosed. So I decided with my daddy, so we was going to help firstly do a lot of research on autism.
Yeah.
And when I felt I had enough that I could contain myself, I have noticed there wasn't a lot of people had proper information about autism itself.
Right.
Right. So we decided, okay, we will have by mentoring. My mentor was Action and Autism, Lisa Azad, which she is here at our event. And she was my mentor to help me to launch my organization. After doing lots and lots of research on autism, I decided, okay, this is the time.
This is it.
So I can now reach out and help another mother,
All right.
another father, how to cope with autism. Because of my daughter has autism, sensory processing disorder. She has a condition called PICA, and she only went to school at the age of 9 years old. Firstly, we don't have enough schools. The schools, if you go to any special needs school, government, I'm asking even the president or the education department, please provide us with schools, because we don't have enough schools. And I, as a parent, waited until my daughter was 9 years old. Well, she wasn't verbal. Now she is verbal. I had to wait 9 years to actually get my daughter into school. Now she goes to Tongati Elson School, and she's doing very well at that school there.
I see.
But this was my reason behind getting to open up my own organization and actually helping parents like myself, you know, to work with. You see, you need to educate the parent.
Right.
My motto is educate the parent so the parent can now educate the children. Because we parents, we need a lot of help. They say it takes a village to actually raise a child with autism, which is true. And I am in the situation. Now, last year, this time, I've lost my dad. Today is 1 year that my dad passed away. And I was in last year's event also. So this year it's a little bit much more bigger compared to last year's event. And 3 weeks later, I lost a father. The child, my daughter lost her dad. So we had two. I lost my dad and she lost her dad within a short space of time. And believe me, There's no help out there to give us that help that we really need, that therapy that we really need at times, because this is too much for us and also for my child. So we need lots of therapists on hand, but thank God that I got therapists on my organization.
That's great.
And I've got Ravita Badol, and she's an educator and she's an educational psychologist. I've got Dr. Shireen Arifasad, which also helps. She is also a researcher, which she is also a teacher at the school also of Golden Steps. And then I've got Jayanti, she's an occupational therapist. So I've got my team,
God support.
my team to help me and to help parents like me that has autism. Now we need to bring out autism awareness as much as possible out in the street, and also we're facing this here. Special needs parents don't have proper housing facility. Now there's one of those things that we actually facing challenges that we need government to think about. Those special needs mummies, those single mummies that daddies run away.
Oh,
They cannot take responsibilities with their children.
That's it.
That government should also have a facility where there is autism people that's living there. I mean, housing facilities, to think about not only the rich, think about the mummies at the bottom, because autism has no color. Like we said, it's not a label. You understand me? We don't label our children. My child was not just she has a sickness or something. My child is well educated. She has her brain waves are higher than our brain waves as autism children. And believe me, there's lots of I just want to touch this base quickly.
All right.
That we parents we go through something that normal parents don't go through. What we parents go through, because we have sleepless nights, we are picky eaters, meaning our children eat certain kinds of food that at times we can't even afford that too, because our children don't eat certain kinds of food. So we need to educate other parents and help other parents also with autism, with picky eating. We call that picky eating. And also like pika, our children eat lots of foreign bodies, we call it.
Yeah, sure.
So lots of people in the community don't understand autism, because they feel autism, the child is just a disabled child or mentally retarded. Sorry, I just want to tell you out there, don't you ever think that you can tell my child is mentally retarded, because my child, he's got an ability that she can do. She can even become a president. That's how intelligent my child
But this
is.
one now of a parent who have never gone through, and then all of a sudden he found herself with a child. What advice can you give, or maybe symptoms?
Yes.
To be able to detect.
There's a lot of
early?
symptoms that you see when the child is a baby, the child is not reaching the milestones on autism. Number one, right? And when you see your child that's not reaching the milestones, please get help. The flapping of the hands, the tippy toes, those are the slightest things that with autism you can just see your child is not making those milestones in life. So, you need to get some help. But unfortunately, I started it when my daughter was 3.5 years old, but we only got help when she was 9 years old to actually put her into a school, because there was no facilities. There was nothing available for us. So we actually, the most important thing is that we need schools. And even, I just like to say, the finance minister, that grant what you give our children, it's not enough. It's totally not enough. And please help us with noise cancelling earphones, because I have a lot to say.
Oh, I see.
Noise cancelling earphones, because my child right now, I had to leave her into the library because she can't take the sound. Too much of people, but the sound. But please have noise cancelling earphones available to us, just like how they have hearing aid for free. Please help us with the
Extend it
noise
to-
cancelling earphones. Those are one of the things
All right,
that
or so that we can assist the parents. In closing, what can you say about this challenge of autism?
I can say it is a mountain. It is a mountain, the challenges, because the challenges that I face as a parent, sleepless nights, and I go through all these emotions, and we get depressed. Normal parents don't understand us. Our aunties and uncles don't understand what we go through. But we go through something that, it is very, very different compared to the other parents.
Normal parents.
Yes.
Thank you very much, man. We appreciate
please,
your time.
if anybody needs help, just one thing.
Okay.
Anybody that needs help, please try to contact me. I am Sandy Mia. And my phone number is 0844 201 436. If you need any information on autism, please try to get in
Can you
contact.
repeat the number, please?
0844 201 436. It's amazing autistic interventions. We're out there to help another parent that needs help.
Thank you very much, man. We appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
God bless.
Thank you. I've got two beautiful ladies who are going to help us to say what are they doing to assist and also where they are based. Ladies, welcome to See Abusana podcast.
Sabona.
Please help me understand that when we grew up, we knew there were students or young people who were a bit slow. We labeled them as stupid, but now it has become normal that there are some schools, I know they're not enough, that is assisting. How do you identify a young person that has got a problem? If you may start from there, and then you can go on to say what is your involvement, where is your school, and you take your contact details at the end. How can one identify?
I think as a parent, you would see the milestones missed, and then obviously from there, you will take your child to a doctor, and then they'll refer you to an educational psychologist or neurosurgeon or somebody who can help you with a report to see, if my child didn't reach this milestone, what is the issue? And then from there, the team will be formed where the child may need speech therapy, occupation, yes. So they'll go for your audiologist, and most of the treatments can be done starting at the clinic. You don't have to have medical aid. There are assessment centers like Phoenix Assessment Center and stuff.
Children's centers.
Yes. And then early intervention you'll start with, and then from there you'll work your way to like approaching a school. If the team doesn't work, your child is not a fit for a mainstream school, then you will come to special needs, and then there you'll need to come with your medical report, your normal admission documentation, and then if your child is transferring or needs to come from a mainstream school, you come with the SMA 1 and 2 form for it. And then when the child comes to a special school, they go through an assessment and to see whether your child is a fit for the school.
Now, how soon can a parent identify this challenge of being abnormal or subnormal? How soon?
I think it depends on the milestones of the child. Some little like baby, we cannot walk. There will be things that a parent will be able to identify. My child is not going through this milestones accordingly. So that's why they need help at the clinic or hospital,
But the parent themselves have to be accepting of it. Like, my child, there is an issue.
Yes.
Yes.
And then they can seek help.
As long as they're in denial, it's not going to benefit their child.
Because which means if you're in denial, you will try and force the child
Yes.
to be normal.
Yes. So the understanding starts with the parent saying, okay, I can see there is something wrong. Now I need to get the help. Compared to no, maybe it's just a phase. Sometimes the phase just carries on and the parent is still in denial till it comes to the admission process. And then you have the issues in mainstream schools where they are saying, your child is not fit for the school.
I keep on hearing this milestone. Milestone means at this level, a child should do 1, 2, 3, and then it reaches the level, but nothing happens. So that is the milestone you're talking about.
Yes, that's the one that we're talking about. The child can crawl, the child can walk, can say words. So those are little things that you pick up. It's your child to be able to identify.
And even for
is a problem.
autistic children, like the eye contact,
There's no eye
you won't get
contact.
it. You'll get like a blank space.
Oh, okay.
So-
Eye contact means are they not
They're
looking
not
at you?
looking at you.
Yes, they're not
They'll
looking
talk
at
to you,
you.
but looking.
Looking somewhere else. Yeah.
So it happens that some are hyperactive, others are low, others are high.
On the
But
spectrum, there's different levels and
oh, I see. So as a parent, which means that's where they must do a lot of research. If they should not be panicking, just get enough information, visit the school prior to bringing in the child, so they can get advice from you, and then they'll be making an informed decision.
and parents are not alone. There is a team behind them. They just need to accept
Reach out for help.
and ask for help.
Where is your school situated?
Our school is in Cottonlands in Venezuela.
Oh, I see. How is it? Do you think or feel that people in the area knows about this school?
Yes, people in the area do
are
know about
aware.
the school.
But obviously, there is a need to always educate. Even us as educators, we always need to be abreast of stuff. We always need to learn. There's
Life is
something.
changing.
Yes, there's always something new.
I see. So how can you guys be contacted if someone needs to have more information or even bring the child for advice? What is your contact details?
Okay, we are on Google as well, and then contact number.
Or even just give us a name, then people
Okay,
can.
Golden Steps.
Golden Steps.
Golden Step School.
Yes.
Thank you very much, ladies, for sharing this with us. At least some of our people in the area, even those from far. Do you have a res or where you accommodate people from far?
No, we don't have a dormitory at our
So
school.
you're only doing locals for now.
Yes. We cater for learners from Individual, Sindusweni, Buffers Drive,
TP, and Thomas.
and Songat, that's Imona and the Belvedere all.
Oh, that's
We
huge.
have buses.
That's huge coverage. Yeah.
That pick up the kids. We have
Also-
buses that pick up the kids.
And in our school,
Yeah.
we currently have 4 autistic units that cater for ages between 5 and 11.
So, what is the highest level for school or the elders?
It's grade 6 level,
Grade 6.
and then they exit.
Is there anything that you make an arrangement to say after grade 6, maybe you are sending them to another school to further, or they end there?
It's basically they end there.
There is an internship program that we do work on. I think it's
It's
the
like
ICANN Foundation.
ICANN Foundation that comes to our school and prepare these kids for job training.
But do you have any skills training at school?
Yes, we
Yes.
do have skills
Maybe
training.
what type? Just mention few.
We have hospitality, we have
Agriculture.
agriculture,
Hair, nail, and beauty,
metalwork.
metalwork,
woodwork.
woodwork, and sewing, needlework.
I will be visiting you soon.
Oh,
I'll
please
give you
do.
my contact details because I love to see young people, especially working with their hands. Remember, hands, that's what God gave us.
Yes.
The machine is man-made. Thank you very much,
Thank you
ladies.
so much.
Thanduri, uphe ekhaya
Ngihlala kaShawula noma
noma
Yes.
lento oyenzayo oyiphethe lesibonayo nalesekhanda wayifunda kanjani?
ngafundiswa umama wangasekhaya ngacayela samfundisa ngezinto ezithile engahlangabezana nazo esikoleni ngagcina sehlala ekhaya ngabona ukuthi ukuhlala ekhaya ngeke kungisize ngalutho
Ngalutho.
akube khona-ke engikwenzayo ngase ngiqale ngenza ubuhlalu lobu kanje ngabenza namathini ahlukene nalokhu ukucwa ekhanda ngazenzela
Ukufunda ekhaya lokho emzini womuntu noma ukufunda esikoleni lokho kwenzayo?
angafunda emzini womuntu ngase sengiza ngala sengikwazi ukwenza
So uma ufika lapha bakwenzisana kulesikolo kusamba la. Akho nto uyahlalela nje lapho usuyasebenza ukuze ukwazi ukuphila.
Angihlalele nje ngizenzele ubuhlalo ngoba ayikho into engayenza.
Kwakuyini ingenamba esikoleni nje wahlangana nenkinga wasuyayeka kwenzekani?
Ngahlangabezana nama-charges ukuthi ngiyingane ekhubazekile, so ngase ngingaphuma kanjalo-ke esikoleni ngoba khase bengibuyisa ingasuke ngahlukumeza kakhulu, ngangasakwazi ukuthi ngi-understand-e iy'ngane futhi ngizi-understand-a umuntu omdala, ngagcina sengilimala kanjalo ngahlala ekhaya ngangenzani.
Until uzuthole lento.
Yebo.
Sibonga kakhulu Mamhlongo ukuthi labo basemakhaya nabo abanenkinga abahlangabezana esikoleni kukhona abangakwenza ukuze baphile ngoba phela impilo ayikho esikoleni kuphela.
Yebo, bakhona bengakwenza noma usuqedile isikole ukhona ngoba bekhona behleli ekhaya ney'tifiketi, ungahlali ungenzi lutho, yena umsebenzi wezandla kunokuthi nje ungenzi lutho kodwa uhlala kwakho ekhaya ungenzi lutho abangagcina sebenza ama-drugs. Ngoba
Emgwaqweni.
yebo, ugcwele emgwaqweni ngoba ayikho into abayenzayo abahleli. Uma ubona ukuthi ayixexekile uma ufuna ukusiza abantu abakwazi ukwenza umsebenzi wezandla nawe ukwenza umsebenzi wezandla. Ngeke uze ugcine usebenza izinto ey'bhedayo ikhona into oyenzayo.
Ngoba uhlala ubhizi vele wahlala ucabanga into ezirong.
Yebo.
Miss Mhlongo sibonga kakhulu ukuthi uvume ukuthi sikhulume nawe. Siyabonga kakhulu sikufisela inhlanhla khona okwenzayo. Nami ngithatha ama-number zakho ngikwazi umsebenzi wakho lo ngikwazi ukushare nabantu. Udayisela kuphi?
Angidayisela ekhaya yokwamanje ngabi nanto yokwakha. Ungishayela nje ucingo lakho uthi ufuna into ethile ngikwenzele mase ngadilivela.
Ithini inamba yakho?
078 437 669 078 437 669.
Sibonga kakhulu.
Ngiyabonga.